Welcome to our first video of our online yoga program. And my name is Nana, if you don't know me, and I'm the resident teacher and the owner of Oneness Yoga Studio. So let's start by sitting up on your foam, on a foam or on the block or a pillow that you have, so that you keep your hips elevated. And with this elevation, you allow your pelvis to tilt down towards the mat, lifting the sternum up, lengthening through the crown of your head. Imagine that you've got a block on top of your head and you're pushing that block up towards the ceiling. Rolling your shoulders back and down away from your ears, and keep your fingertips lightly down into the floor and giving yourself a little bit more of that sense of elongation in the spine. Working with your breath, inhale, lengthening a little bit more, creating space between the vertebrae. As you exhale, notice if you're having any tension around your body, maybe around your thighs or your shoulders. Just gently soften unnecessary tension. Inhaling to the count of 4. Feeling expansion around your ribs. Exhaling to the count of 4. Softening the thighs and the shoulders, but keeping that integrity of your spine. And then see if you can micro-adjust your pelvis, the tilt of your pelvis. So tilting maybe a little bit more forward, see if you can find a little bit more length that way in your spine. Or if you need to tilt it back a little bit more and grow tall. Micro-adjusting. And then keeping this length. Bring your hands to your heart. And we'll use this time to say a mantra in your mind or an affirmation that relates to you. Or perhaps setting an intention of how you would like to start your day or your week. Perhaps the kind of attitude you would like to hold for the rest of the day or the week. Just bring your practice closer to you so that it can be a personal and a way to reinforce your way of living. As you inhale, lengthening, inhaling for 4. Exhaling for 4. Repeating a mantra or an affirmation. And then slowly open your eyes. Good morning, everyone. Okay, we're going into just a morning yoga flow to wake up all our joints and our body, and just a feel-good flow. Okay. So, if you haven't already, grab 2 blocks, and you might need them later on. So sitting up tall, warming up our neck and our shoulders. Inhale, looking over to your right. Exhale, gently draw your chin, rolling the neck. Inhale over to the other side. Exhale, chin down. Inhale, chin up. So just keep moving with your breath. Feeling the sides and the back of your neck, your shoulders. As you inhale, lifting your chin. As you exhale, drawing the chin down. And slowly bring your head to center. Inhale, looking up and lifting your head up. Inhale, arms up towards the ceiling. And really try to touch the ceiling with the fingertips. Feel the shoulder blades rise up out from your hips. Exhale, bring your arms all the way back and down. Inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale, arms back and down. Inhale up, feeling the whole range of movement of your shoulder girdle. And just notice how your upper arms are rolling in and out. At which point it's rolling in, and at which point it's rolling out. Just respecting the natural biomechanical movement of your joints. And then turning the palms forward, it's reverse. Inhale, reaching the arms back and up. Exhale, down the center. Inhale, arms back. Reach up, turn the palm in. Exhale, arms down the center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. And right hand down to the mat. Inhale, left arm up and over into a side bend. Walk your bottom hand out a little bit more and soften the elbow and the shoulder. Reaching over towards your right, lengthening from your armpit to your hip. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, over to the left side. Reaching over, rooting down into your right sit bone, finding length on the side. Inhale, come back up. Exhale. Inhale, up. Exhale, gently open up the side ribs. Inhale, up. Exhale. Inhale, up. Exhale. Inhale, taking both arms up, reaching up. Exhale, clasping your hands at the back. So interlacing your fingers at the back. And then you're going to try and draw your elbows in towards the center. Roll your shoulders back and down away from your ears. And then feel your sacrum with your fist at the back. So it's that the sacrum is that big piece of bone below your lower back. And feel the shoulder blades drawing in and down towards your hips. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Open up the front of your chest. And then slowly straighten your arms. Feeling the top of your wrist. And gently lifting the hand up and away from the body. Keeping your spine as upright as you can. And slowly release. Roll your shoulders back and forward. Okay, and then sitting on your phone, straighten your legs in front of you. And then keeping your legs apart, just gently bouncing your knee up and down. And bring your legs a little wider. Roll your thighs in and out. Internal rotation, external rotation, in and out. In and out. So just notice how this feels to roll your thighs. And notice which action feels more restricted than the other. Feel the difference between your left hip, your right thigh, and your left thigh. In a lot of the yoga transitions, we want to be mindful of how your thighs are placed. Because remember, our hip sockets are joints that's designed for mobility, not really your knees. So move from the thighs. Rolling your ankles. Keeping your knees straight, and just draw big circles with your toes. circles. And now changing the cross of your leg. So whichever leg was in the front, so just now my right shin was in the front, this time change it over. So taking the other cross, the opposite cross of your knees. And again, if you wish to keep your knees, if sitting cross-legged is an issue for your knees, just keep your legs straight in front of you. But just make sure your spine is upright. So again, pubic bone tilting down towards the mat, sternum lift, lengthen through the crown of the head, softening the thighs, any unnecessary tension, making micro adjustments where you need to. And then inhale, reaching the arms up. Find length again on the side of your body. Exhale, twisting over to your right and lower your arms down the center line. So imagine a line running between your knees to your tailbone. Your arm is along that plane. Inhale, arms up that plane. Reach up. Exhale, twisting to the left and arms down that central line. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Inhale, up. Exhale. Inhale, up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to the left. Inhale, up. Exhale, this time bring your hand, your left hand to your right knee. Back hand is on the floor by your tailbone. Inhale, find the pubic bone tilts down, sternum lift. And exhale, gently draw the belly in and twist to look back. Inhale, lengthen a bit more. Grow tall. Exhale, draw the belly in and twist. So remember, this is an active twist. The twist comes from the obliques and not really from your hand. So your hand is just lightly in front of your knees, on top of your knees. And as you twist, feel your left knee sliding slightly forward as you allow the pelvis to rotate with your spine. And then just deepening the twist through your ribcage. Now wrapping your back arm, which is your right arm, around the back. And then see if you can touch your thigh, your left thigh on the other side in front. Doesn't matter if you don't reach your thigh, but try and keep your spine upright. It doesn't matter if you don't touch, keep your spine upright and aim for the thigh. Now inhale, extend your back arm. Exhale, side bend. So lowering your left shoulder towards your left knee. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, side bend. Rooting your right sit bone down. Inhale, up. Exhale, feeling a stretch from your QL on the right side of your body. Inhale, up. And exhale. Inhale, up and release. Come back to center. We'll do the other side. Inhale, arms up. Reaching up. Exhale, twisting to your left. Lower your right hand to your left knee. Back hand on the floor. Inhale, lifting your spine, finding that slight pubic bone tilt down to the mat. And then as you exhale, gently draw the belly in and twist. Feeling your right knee sliding forward as you let the pelvis move, and then deepen your twist through your ribcage. So each time you exhale, drawing the belly in. Each time you inhale, grow taller. And remember to keep your chin slightly down towards your shoulder, so you're not lifting your chin. Now wrapping your back arm around the back. So that's your left arm, wrapping around to touch your right thigh. Keeping that lift in your spine. Stay here for 2 more deep breaths. Inhale, extending your back arm. Exhale, side bend, lowering your right shoulder towards your right knee. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, up. Exhale. Inhale, up. And exhale. Rooting your left sit bone down. Inhale, up. And come back to center. Let's come onto our hands and knees on the mat. So see if you can bring your hands in front of you and then lift, come up to your hands and knees. Otherwise, just move whichever way you feel more comfortable so that you are up on your hands and knees on the mat. Going into a few cat-cow stretches. So spreading your fingers wide, knees hip-width apart. Now, inhale, looking forward, lifting your sit bone up. So your sit bone are the two bones jutting out of your buttocks, and imagine them pointing up towards the ceiling. As you dip your belly down, and then as you exhale, drawing the belly in, doming up your spine, tucking the tailbone under, and push down into the floor. Inhale, concave back, looking forward, sit bone lift. Exhale, drawing the belly in, tucking the tailbone under, push down into the floor. Moving with a little bit more awareness, start the movement from the pelvis. So inhale, tilt the pelvis, ripple all the way up to your neck, chest broad. And then as you exhale, start from the pelvis, tucking the tailbone, tilting the pelvis, ripple all the way up to your neck, and drawing the belly in. Going at your own pace, inhale, and exhale, and being aware of each segment of your spine, the lower back, middle back, upper back, your neck, exhaling, tucking the tailbone, lower back, middle back, upper back, and the neck. One more, inhale. Notice how your shoulder moves and your hip move. Exhale, round. Inhale, come back to neutral. Exhale, looking over towards your right foot, but keep your hips fixed. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, looking over to the left. Feel like your left shoulder is going towards your left hip. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right shoulder towards the right hip. The hip does not move. Inhale, come back. Exhale, left. Inhale, back. Exhale, right. As we do this, we're actually warming up our wrist as well. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, left. One more. Inhale, back. Exhale, right. Inhale, back. Exhale, left. Inhale, back. And bring your knees wider than the hips, sides of the big toes touch, and sit back down to your heel, resting and sitting down to your heels, and walk your hands out, resting your shoulders and your forehead down to the mat. Let your elbows touch the mat in a restorative version of the child's pose, and remember that whenever you feel the need to rest, child's pose is a great pose or a great place for you to rest. And then extending your arms all the way forward. Make sure your wrists are shoulder width or wider. Spreading your fingers wide. And finding your elbows lifting away from the mat as you're going into an active child's pose now. Feel like you're pushing the mat away from you, the sensation of pushing the mat away. This is what you want to feel in a down dog position as you push the mat. Inhale, looking forward. Lifting your hips up, tucking the toes under. Exhale, lifting your knees off and push all the way back. Hand on your feet, lower one heel at a time. Let your hips sway from side to side. Notice which calf is tighter than the other. And you're welcome to stay a little longer on that side if you wish. And now stay with those knees slightly bent. And find that concave back action again. So pushing the mat away from you. Let your sit bone tilt up towards the ceiling and the belly will come closer toward your thighs. And as you bend your knees, still aiming your heel down towards the floor. Feeling your shins engage as you bring awareness there to lower the heels, although your knees are bent. Inhale, looking forward. Let's step forward. And bring your feet hip width apart. You can bring your hands either on the blocks. If you have blocks, that's great. Or you can keep your hands on your shin or on your knees and come into a half lift. But with your hands, just lightly, if your hands are on the legs, you're not pressing against your legs. So you're just lightly resting it there. But the work here is to keep your upper back active as you find that slight concave action in your spine. So as you extend your spine forward, you find your pubic bone tilts down and your sit bone will lift. Inhale. And then exhale, folding forward. Relax your back and your neck. Bending the knees. Inhale, sweeping your arms back. Reach up towards the ceiling. Lift your heart up, gazing up. Exhale, sweep your arms back and fold forward again. Relax your neck and your back. Inhale into the half lift. Concave back. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Stepping back into plank. So one leg back, followed by the other. And as you come into plank, if you are practicing in front of the mirror, that's great, because then you'll be able to see whether your shoulder, your hip, and your heels are in one straight line. Then a slight tilting your pubic bone towards your head. Push down into the floor with your hands, pressing your heels back. Inhale. Exhale, lower your knees down. And see if you can lower your hip and chest down together at the same time. So as you lower, shift your weight slightly forward. Start to bend your elbow. Continue to draw the belly in as you lower. And inhale, lifting your chest up into baby cobra. Roll the shoulders back, hug your elbows in, pressing gently into the tops of your feet. And find length across the front of your body. Exhale, tucking the toes under. Lift up to your knees and then up to downward facing dog. Stay here for a few breaths. You're welcome to bend your knees here and tilt your sit bone up towards the ceiling. And then gently pressing your heels down, straightening the back of your legs, pushing the mat away from you. As you exhale, drawing the belly in. And as you inhale, find length along the sides, the back of your spine. Inhale, looking forward, stepping forward. Feet hip width apart. Again, hands either on the blocks or lightly in front of your legs. And use your back muscles, feel this engagement across the back as you come into that concave shape in your spine. Half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Let your back relax and the neck relax. Bending your knees. Inhale, sweeping the arms back. Reach up towards the ceiling, going into a slide back bend. Exhale, sweep your arms back and fold forward again. Inhale into the half lift, concave back. Exhale, bending the knees, stepping back with the other leg and coming into plank. Inhale, exhale, knees down, control landing. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay in your down dog for 3 deep breaths. Drawing the belly in as you exhale. Gently engaging the pelvic floor. As you inhale, allow the belly to expand, the ribs to expand, pushing the mat away from you. And inhale, stepping forward. Coming into the half lift, exhale, fold forward. Relax your neck in the back. Bending the knees, inhale, sweeping the arms up to the ceiling. Go into one more round of your sun salutation, exhale, fold. We'll speed up a little bit. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, stepping back to plank. Inhale, exhale, knees down, control landing. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, stepping your feet forward. Half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep your arms back. Reach up to the ceiling. This time, interlacing your fingers on top. Turn the palms up to the ceiling. Pushing the palms up, feeling the knuckles stretch. And then take a moment to look up at your hand. Notice if your thumb and your little finger is level. And then keep your gaze forward. Inhale. Exhale, right hand side bend. And as you bend out to the side, lower that left hip down towards the floor. Inhale, come back up. Exhale to the left side, right hip down. Inhale up. Exhale. Lengthen from your armpit to the hip. Inhale up. Exhale left. Inhale up. And release your palms. Come back to center. We're going into our chair pose. So start with your hands next to your hips. Inhale. Exhale, bending the knees. And as you bend, just notice how you should still be able to see the tip of your toes past your knees, the center of your knees. And you're going to try and keep your knees, the center of your knees, in line with the center of your toes. So roughly the second and third toe alignment. And now stay here. Inhale, reach the arms up to the ceiling. So you don't have to go all the way down to the floor with your hips, but just so that you can still keep your knees slightly, just slightly ahead of your toes. You still be able to see the toes and keeping them in line with the center of your toes. And stay here for 3 more breaths. As you inhale, lengthen the sides of your body. As you exhale, gently draw the belly in, engage the pelvic floor. So really feel that drawing in of the belly and up towards your ribs. Now, inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, sweep your arms back, fold forward. Let your back round. Let's take a fold of our fingers around your elbow. Allow the arms to dangle, the neck to dangle. Take a moment to feel the weight distribution across your feet. Bring your weight a little bit more towards that front edge of your heel. So imagine a circle around your heel. That front edge, the top edge of the heel. And now bending the knees. Inhale, sweeping your arms back up. Reach up towards the ceiling, going into a back bend. Exhale, sweep your arms down. Hands to the block, relax your neck. So again, if your hands are not on the block, you're welcome to keep your hands on the floor. And if your hands are not reaching the floor, take a slight bend in your knees. There's no harm in that. And just relax your neck. Inhale into the half lift. So if your hands are on the floor, try and keep that concave back shape in your spine. Or if you have the block, it will be much easier. Exhale, bending the knee. Let's step our right leg all the way back. And keeping your legs hip-width apart, your legs are still hip-width apart. Feel, you can keep your hands on the floor for now. Feel the big toe and the little toe side of your feet, the balls of the foot. Straighten the back leg. If you have the blocks, you can bring the blocks a little closer to you and find length in your spine. So imagine that you're reaching the crown of your head forward, straightening the back leg, pressing the back heel through your back heel. Now, inhale, exhale, rotate your back thigh outwards, lower your back heel, the right heel down to the mat. Inhale, lifting your right arm up to the ceiling, and then pivot, coming up, cartwheel up. They call it cartwheel. Coming into your warrior two. So in your warrior two, your body should be facing, your shoulders should be facing forward, and then your front knee is still in line with the center of your toes. So just take a moment to check if they are not collapsing in or out. And as you exhale, allow your hips to sink down. Imagine there's a chair between your legs and you're sitting down to the chair. Lengthen through the crown of your head, reaching over through both hands. Chest nice and broad, but soften the top of your shoulder. Inhale, straighten your front leg, preparing for triangle pose. Exhale, reach your front hand forward, lower your hand down to either your shin or your knee, lightly, or on your block. And bring your top hand, your right hand, down to your sacrum. And as you inhale, finding a little bit more length along both sides of your body again, and gently lean backwards. And turning the chest up towards the ceiling. Now you really have to ground through the back leg. So your back leg is the anchor, grounding into the outside edge of that back foot. And then inhale, lifting your right arm up to the ceiling into triangle pose. Lengthen, reach the fingertips up. And if you wish, you can turn your gaze up towards the top thumb. But make sure again that your chin is not lifting up, keeping your chin slightly down. Now bending the front knee, lifting up back to warrior two. Lower your back hand down to the back leg. So your right hand down to the thigh, back thigh. Turn the front palm, so your left palm, up to the ceiling. And then inhale, going into a back bend here. Sorry, a side bend, not a back bend. So feeling this as a side bend as you go into the reverse warrior. Or they call this the humble warrior. And lengthening again from your armpit to your hip. Inhale, come back up to warrior two. Now rotate your back thigh inwards. So roll your back thigh, lift your back heel up, roll the thigh in, and lift your arms up again to the ceiling. Inhale, hugging the thighs inwards towards each other. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Remove the blocks, hands on the floor, stepping back into plank. Inhale, exhale, knees down, control landing. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's move over to the other side now. So inhale, stepping your feet forward. Bring your feet hip width apart, half lift. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale into the half lift. Exhale, bend your knees and stepping your left leg back. So again, if you're using the block, you can bring the block a little closer, or you can just keep your hands on the floor, on the mat. Keeping your legs hip width apart, you're still on the ball of the foot, so your back heel is lifted, and feel like your thighs are hugging inwards towards each other, and find length along your spine. So extending your spine forward, straighten the back leg, pressing your heels down, hugging the thighs in. Inhale, and exhale, rotate your back thigh outwards, lower the back heel down towards the mat. Cartwheel the left arm up towards the ceiling and lift to come up into warrior two. Again, as you descend, sitting down to your imaginary chair, allow the knee to be slightly above or more or less above the ankle and in line with the center of your toe. Feel like both hands are reaching away, lengthen through the crown of your head, keeping your chest nice and broad. Inhale, lifting your body up by straightening the front leg. Exhale, reaching your right arm forward. And take care not to overlock, not to lock your front knee. Now lower your hand down to either your leg or your block. And bring the back arm, your back hand to your sacrum. As you inhale, finding length across the sides of your body, the front and back, leaning slightly backwards. Opening up the front of your chest as you gently turn the chest up towards the ceiling. Now inhale, lifting the back arm up for triangle pose. Reach, lengthen. Bring the energy up through your top fingers and grounding into the outside edge of your back foot. Now slowly bending the front knee, lifting yourself back up into Warrior Two. Lower your backhand down to the thigh, turning the right palm up towards the ceiling, and inhale, reach the arm up to the ceiling as you slide your backhand down, and going into a side bend. So again, feeling this as a nice side bend, lengthen from your armpit to the hip. Inhale, come back up, Warrior Two. Rotate your back thigh inwards, so lifting the back heel, rotate the thigh, and bring your arms up to the ceiling. Remember, there shouldn't be any pain around your knee. If you're feeling pain, you need to make sure that you actually allow the foot to rotate. So you want to feel the balls of the foot. You want to feel the moving of your thighs. Inhale, exhale, hands down to the mat. And stepping back into plank. Inhale, exhale, lower your knees down, control landing. Inhale, baby cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Stay in your down dog for 5 deep breaths. Again, as you inhale, finding length along the sides of your body as you push the mat away from you. And as you exhale, allow the heels to descend, gently drawing the belly in. Finding space around your ribs as you inhale, and as you exhale, draw the belly in. And now inhale. Exhale, lower your knees down to the mat. And slowly lower your whole body down to the mat. Preparing for our back bends. So you can push the block away from you. And then starting with your hands in front of your shoulders, wider than your mat. And find a comfortable width for your legs. So that your legs doesn't have to be together. Just make sure that your hips feel free. And flattening the tops of your feet. Inhale. Coming onto the cupcake fingers, pushing down with your fingertips, lifting your heart up to the front and up. Exhale, bending your elbows, and then lowering your chest down. Inhale, lifting up. See if you can straighten your elbows a little bit more, lifting your heart up. Exhale, lower. One more, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And this time, lower your hands, your palms all the way down in front, on the mat this time. And then you can try and keep your palms, your hands, slightly wider than your shoulders, just slightly. Inhale, you're going to push down with your hands into the floor and come into the full cobra. As you straighten the elbow, feel like you're pulling your bottom ribs forward and up, keeping your shoulders down away from your ears. Feel the shoulder blades coming in to your spine and down towards your hips. Pressing your thighs gently into the floor. So your legs are active. Inhale, exhale, lower down. Let's do that again. Inhale, straighten the arm, protruding the chest forward and up. Keeping your gaze forward, and then exhale, lower down. Now going into our Shalabhasana, the locust pose, and bring your arms all the way back, palms facing up. We're going to lift your chest up towards the ceiling, but keeping your legs down forward for now. So, inhale, lift just your upper body. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Feel like somebody's pulling your arm towards the back and up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. This time we're going to do just our legs. So bring your hands underneath your forehead. And inhale, lifting your right leg off the mat. Exhale down. Inhale, lifting the left. Exhale down. And the right. So make sure your thighs are lifted off the mat. And lift. And lift. And now lifting into the full Shalabhasana. So bring your arms back. Now in the full Shalabhasana, you want to balance on the lower belly. So both your chest and your thighs are lifted away from the mat. So inhale, lift, chest off, thighs off. Reach towards the back, lengthen through the crown of your head, and lower. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And hold. 3 deep breaths. Each time you inhale, lift. And rest. Bring your hands underneath your forehead. Rock your hips from side to side. Release any tension. And then stay. Stay here for a few deep breaths. Breathing into your belly. Feel the lower back lengthening. And then bring your hands next to your chest. Push yourself back up into child's pose. So lifting up, bring your knees wider than the hips. Sides of the big toes touch, if it's okay for your knees, and sitting back down to your heels. Resting your forehead down on the floor. Bring your arms a little wider. Soften your elbows and your shoulders. Staying here for a few deep breaths. And as you exhale, allow the body to soften. As you inhale, find length and space across the whole of your back. And slowly lifting yourself up. We're going into a few rounds of the Brahmari breathing, the buzzing V. So you're going to stack your fist on top of each other and place them between your eyebrows on the floor. So again, just find a comfortable position. And with the Brahmari breath, the buzzing V, you're going to keep your teeth lightly closed and you literally hum. Just feel the vibrations traveling from your throat up to your forehead. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale fully. Inhale, we'll start. And before we rest completely, just hugging the thighs in towards each other. Feeling the glute stretch, feeling the lower back stretch. And then slowly extend your legs in front of you. Open up your arms wide. Bring your legs maybe as wide as the mat. Soften the shoulders. Find a comfortable angle for your arms. So with your arms, you can just experiment the angle of your arms. So try to keep your arms below your shoulder height. So shoulder height here is probably starting to tense the top of your shoulders. So bring your arms slightly below your shoulder height, and then scan through your body for any tension. Allow the body to soften. Allow your breath to soften. And as you take a deep breath, feel the chest expand, the bottom ribs expand to the front, the sides, and even the back. As you exhale, take a sigh out through your mouth. Let's do that 2 more times. Deep breath in. Sigh out. One more. And sigh out. And then continue to breathe in and out through your nostrils. Inhaling to the count of 4. Exhaling to the count of 4. Keeping your paces even. And observe that slight pause at the end of the inhalations and at the end of the exhalations. See if you can keep your consciousness and your awareness to your breath this whole time in Shavasana, in your corpse pose. If you notice that your mind starts to wander away, just kindly bring it back to your breath. With each exhalation, allow the body to soften a little bit more. With each inhalation, breathing in your intention for the day. You're welcome to stay in your Shavasana. Stay here for a few more minutes. Just enjoying a place where you can soften with awareness. And once you're done here, you can start to bring some movement in your fingers and toes. So again, if you wish to stay here in Shavasana for a little longer, stay there a little longer. Otherwise, start to bring some movement to your fingers and toes and wrists and toes. And bring your arms up as you take a deep inhalation over your head. Reaching your fingers away, your toes away, take a nice long stretch across the body. And then slowly bending one knee at a time. Hug your knees into your chest again. Giving yourself a nice hug. Taking this moment to thank our body. Rolling over to your side of choice. So when we come up from a reclined position, go all the way to your shoulder. So for example, if I come onto the right side of my shoulder, I'll use my top hand, my left hand, to push down into the floor, lifting myself up, slowly supporting my spine as I lift up. And then let's sit up on your phones again, or whatever you sat on in the beginning. And as we end our practice, sitting up tall, finding the pubic bone tilting down to the mat, sternum lift, lengthening through the crown of the head. Softening the shoulders, and bring your hands to prayer. Again, inhaling to the count of 4, reminding ourselves of the posture for our spine and our shoulders. And as you exhale to the count of 4, reminding ourselves not to tense up any unnecessary muscles, unnecessary tensions in the body, in the mind. Let it go. Taking a slight, gentle bow in your head. And just remind yourself of the mantra that you preferred in the beginning. Maybe it's chanting Om. Maybe it's a mantra that speaks to you. Or again, repeating that affirmation or your intention for your day and the rest of your week. Harnessing that stillness that we have created during our practice, and let it stay with us for the rest of our day. Bring a gentle smile to your face.